These professional chefs all want to break into the top ranks of the world's culinary elite. Deciding who has the talent to cut it is MasterChef judge Greg Wallace.
It's a real talent to couple that much flavour with that much bad presentation.
And culinary legend Michel Roux Jr. With 2 Michelin stars, he's expecting perfection.
It's severely undercooked. It's sticking in my teeth and it's annoying me like hell.
Cooking doesn't get better than this. These 3 professional chefs all share one ambition: to climb to the top of their profession and become the inspiration of a generation. But in today's show, only one of them will be good enough to make it through to Friday's quarter-final.
This is Professional MasterChef. We are looking for truly talented people.
We are looking for a chef who can really blow our minds. Somebody who's going to cook a dish that we are never going to forget.
I am quite a determined person. I see my goals and I want to achieve them. Every dish I put out, I put 100% effort into. I'm going to work hard to get to be a top chef, or die trying.
This is a massive opportunity for me, and I really want this more than anything else in the world. It's probably the most important thing that's actually happened in my life.
If I won the competition, it would probably change my life. It could open up the opportunity to go and work with some of the best chefs in the world. I will give it my all. Yeah, I'll really, really try my best.
As soon as a young chef walks into my kitchen, I can tell if he or she is going to make it.
We're looking for stardom, someone who really has the touch of a great chef. Welcome to Professional MasterChef. The gentleman beside me is Chef Michel Roux Jr., who has held 2 Michelin stars at his own restaurant since 1991.
I want to see flair, passion, ingenuity, and wonderful skills.
Chefs, at the end of today, we will have 1 quarter-finalist, but 2 of you will be going home. Let's cook.
This is the versatility test. They have 50 minutes to show how skilled they are by producing 2 completely different dishes out of today's single ingredient: fresh squid. Their larder includes Parma ham, ricotta cheese, chorizo, red pepper, cannellini beans and fresh herbs. And to test their presentation skills, a selection of plates and dishes.
The chefs today have got 2 beautiful squid. They are absolutely glistening. I want to see 2 dishes that are very different and that prove to me that these guys can cook. They're going to have to gut them, remove the tentacles and the ink sac inside. Maybe use that ink to make a vinaigrette or make a sauce. Let's not waste it. It's such a wonderful product.
I didn't experience food much as a child, where I lived in a fishing village, was fed chips and beans, and I really wanted to get involved and try these local produce, local fish.
What are your 2 dishes, Simone?
I'm possibly going to make a cannellini type bean fish cake. I'm looking to do a bit of a chorizo dressing as a bit of a starter, get the tentacles involved as well and really use all the squid up.
Is it fair to say you know which ingredients you'd like to work with, but you haven't yet chosen the dishes?
That's a very fair assumption, yeah.
Tell me why you started cooking.
I took a job as a waiter. Saw what was going on in the kitchen and thought, hang on a minute, this is where I want to be, and worked my way up from there. I was lucky to find my passion.
I like that, Simone. Good luck.
With 10 minutes gone, Simone and Cassie's dishes are well underway. But Ollie is still at the planning stage.
And get cracking, yeah? Seriously.
I love working with food. It's quite artistic, and the feeling when I've sent out, you call it a masterpiece if you want, is job satisfaction. And if you've got that, then you're in the right job, and then you can go really far.
Are you okay? It's just that you were very, very late in starting.
Yeah, it's mainly because I really wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing. I know what I'm doing now. One is going to be a chorizo risotto, but I'm also going to do a stir fry.
Do you understand Michelin food? Do you understand the level required?
I've got an understanding of the level required, but to be honest, I don't think I've got full respect for it yet because I've never worked in a kitchen of that standard. It's high pressure, high quality, fine dining, and it's just perfect.
Ollie, do you reckon you've got enough time to complete the 2 dishes?
I think so, Chef.
Get amongst it if I were you.
Yeah.
In the pub that I work in at the moment, I've been head chef there for just over 3 years now. It's a lot of like basic homemade pies, homemade burgers, so I can do it with my eyes shut. And this kitchen will be totally different, taking me out of my comfort zone. I think the pressure will be on, definitely.
Tell me a little bit about the 2 dishes that you're cooking then.
I'm going to do a baked stuffed squid on a bed of lentils and spiced beans, and a squid stir fry. I've never cooked with it before, so I'm going to have to try something, aren't I?
Right, your heart must have sunk when you came in.
Yeah.
What brought you into cooking?
My grandma was an excellent cook, so I got a lot out of that, and then just carried on.
Are we going to love this?
I hope so.
Minutes left. This is a balancing act between showcasing some skills without messing up the beauty and simplicity of this squid.
The chefs will have to be creative and show off the prime ingredient, not mask it, not cover it up. I want to see them respect these beautiful squid.
That's it. Time's up.
For his first offering, 24-year-old Simon has made pan-seared squid on a potato and pancetta cake.
It's very neat, which I like. I hate that though. A mint leaf may be on a dessert if it has mint in the recipe, but on there, it brings absolutely nothing to it. The squid's a little bit chewy. Maybe you didn't quite cook it enough. Your potato cake is very, very mushy. It's got almost an unpleasant texture inside.
Very little flavour there.
Will Simon's second dish of roast squid, stuffed with mixed beans, cherry tomatoes and capers, improve on a bad start?
Big squid like this, if you're going to stuff it, needs braising. OK, let's taste it. That's some weird combinations in there. The beans, the ricotta cheese, roasted tomato, capers. It's overpowering and killing the delicate flavour of the squid. When I tried to cut it, the stuffing gushes out. Not practical to eat.
I'm getting ricotta first, so that is milky, cheesy, salty. Then it goes sharp with acid, salty caper. It's chaos.
I think the fact that I didn't cook the squid too well is quite a key factor, as it was the main ingredient offered to us today. So, yeah, it could be damaging.
Will Cassie's first attempt at cooking squid impress the judges? She stuffed it with chorizo and Mediterranean vegetables and served it on a bed of spiced beans and lentils.
Where do I start? There's too much on the plate. You've got brown and grey and various shades of black. Just not nice, not delicate at all. Yeah? Well done.
Thank you.
It looks...
A mess.
It looks a mess. But the flavour's lovely.
Thank you.
The stuffing really works. And the squid is actually tender. You must have got that in the oven very quickly.
This is a dish you need to approach with a blindfold on, but it's a nice tasting dish.
Will Cassie's second offering of stir-fried squid with saffron rice impress on presentation as well as flavour?
Too big, massive portion, and it looks a mess again. It was really nice to see you actually attempt to get the squid ink, out of the little bag. Very commendable, well done. Unfortunately, you've put it in a saffron risotto. What a shame. Let's taste it. The squid is seasoned well. It's well cooked. It actually almost melts in the mouth, which is wonderful. The whole flavour of the dish, again, is actually good. But there is one big minus, and that is presentation.
This cooking looks like it's all been put in a pan, stirred and put on the plate. We need to see another level up from that. Can you do an about turn and make dainty for us?
I'll try my best and try and make it look the best I can. I looked at squid about 5 times before I started prepping it and thought, oh God, what am I meant to do now? But then once I got into it, I found it all right.
Despite a slow start, will 22-year-old Ollie's squid stir-fry prove he has the culinary capabilities to make a top-class restaurant dish?
It's colourful, which is nice. Let's taste it. The squid, it's well cooked. You've scored it so that when you cook it, it curls and it gives that lovely shape. I like that. Broccoli spears are underdone. Al dente doesn't mean raw, but the flavours actually work.
I think your squid is cooked very, very well. And I like the olive oil flavour with it. That, to me, looks like a plate from the Mediterranean.
Will Ollie's second dish of seared squid with chorizo risotto demonstrate both creativity and skill?
It's colourful, it's dressed in a modern style. I think you understand presentation. You've chosen to sear the squid, same as the first dish. The squid, again, is lovely. What is worrying is the risotto is severely undercooked. It's very chalky, which is a great shame because it's sticking in my teeth and it's annoying me like hell.
Balancing creamy rice, sharp balsamic vinegar and chorizo, that's, I'd say, virtually impossible. It's not unpleasant, it's just unusual.
I had 50 minutes and I spent most of that time just looking at all the ingredients. Not cooking a risotto is a major flaw. It's the main body of the dish, and not cooking it, I mean, if I was served that, I'd have sent it back.
We are only at halfway. We're going to have a break now for the second round. Thank you. Off you go.
The level in general has been no more than average.
All of these guys are going to have to give themselves a shake and approach the second round with more discipline than they've approached the first round.
They really have to pull their socks up.
Cassie, you know, that is bizarre. That is some of the worst plated up food I've seen in this competition.
It was heavy-handed, it was just a big mess. But for someone who has never prepared squid, she cooked the squid beautifully. There was bags of flavour in that stuffed squid. So I think there's a lot of promise there, but she needs to stop thinking big portions.
Simon has been close to good food. You can see that from his presentation.
Very clean lines, very neat, almost dainty. I liked it. But that Parma ham cake certainly didn't work. It was all squidgy in the middle. He just wasn't concentrating. I hope Simone comes in with his head screwed on and really does focus on cooking.
Ollie's got promise, you know. His presentation's good, the cooking of his squid is very, very good.
Ollie's just got to wake up. I want to give him a good shake and say, oi, young man, get cooking. This could be a defining moment in your career.
It's all about the next round. It's make or break time now.
You guys are aspiring to be great chefs, therefore you must have a great command of the classics.
In front of you, you have the recipes for 2 classic dishes. 1 hour, 20 minutes. Let's go, guys.
The chef's first classic recipe is ballotine of guinea fowl. A ballotine is a boned-out piece of meat, fish or poultry stuffed and then rolled and tied into a bundle.
The ballotine is really just the shape. It has to be perfectly round. Baked, braised, poached or even roasted. But the secret is it must be moist inside.
The second recipe is a millefeuille. This puff pastry French classic literally translated means 1,000 leaves, but is popularly known in England as a vanilla slice.
The traditional French millefeuille is served with vanilla cream, crème pâtissière, and then feathered with chocolate icing.
It is light, delicious, sugary, creamy. I would walk barefoot over hot coals for a good millefeuille. So how did you feel when we announced these dishes? Terrified?
Not terrified, just haven't made these before, but I've had a good look at the recipe and I'm hoping the time that you've given me I should be able to make a satisfactory dish.
Is there a strategy or do you have a plan to get to where you want to be?
Definitely. I want to work for the best chefs in the world, I really do. That's my passion, that's my dream, that's what I want.
You're halfway, guys. You've had 40 minutes.
How are we doing here, Cassie?
Okay, chef.
At present, you're working in a pub environment. Would you want to take that step up and go further?
Yeah, I'd like to. Didn't ever think I could afford it before now.
So you think you would have to take a step back
I think so, yeah.
to learn more and to go...
Go into a posh restaurant or anything as a head chef.
If you were to go through, what would it really mean to you?
I think it really would change my life. Just be amazing if I did.
Are you enjoying this now, Cassie? The nerves have gone, haven't they?
A little bit. Trying to keep my cool and just keep it simple.
Good.
Simone, are you comfortable with these dishes?
I'm referring to the recipe. I don't want to make any mistakes at this level, not now.
What do you need to do now to impress?
Now I need to really focus on harnessing that presentation, keeping it, but at the same time not trying to overcomplicate things and take it easy is going to help me here.
And how much do you really want this?
I really want this. I wouldn't be here if I wanted to go home as a loser. I'm seeing it as a pivotal step towards my career.
I think you better concentrate, get your head down. It's nice talking to you, but I think you've got a lot to do. Guys, you've got just 15 minutes.
What I don't want to see is a soggy millefeuille. If they put the cream in too soon, it will make the puff pastry go all soggy. I don't want to see too much icing, and I want to see a perfect feathering of the icing.
You have 10 minutes left.
For the first time today, I've actually seen you almost run. Almost.
Almost.
Very difficult to cook a ballotine properly. The secret is long, slow cooking.
You've got just 2 minutes. Get it on the plates. Time's up.
With a quarter-final place at stake, will the chef's classic dishes reach the exceptional standard required? First under scrutiny is their ballotine of guinea fowl.
Ollie, we're going to start with you.
I think it's a very modern approach to presentation, and I think it's very neat. This mushroom, onion and white wine cream sauce is far too powerful. You've obviously not cooked the wine enough, and it's almost cloying. Guinea fowl is a white meat and it needs a light sauce. You do understand presentation. What worries me is you weren't working at a high tempo at the beginning and therefore didn't have time to finish the sauce off properly.
You have cooked your guinea fowl very, very well indeed. It's lovely and moist in the middle. Unfortunately, that sauce overpowers the lovely flavour of that guinea fowl right towards the very end.
Right, Cassie, Any meat or fish that is sliced should not be covered with sauce. You've smothered it, so we can't see the lovely stuffing, which is a shame. The sauce is also too thick, it's been boiled down too much. What I will say, though, is, wow, presentation, a great improvement on this morning, so well done.
Cool.
The flavours are wonderful, beautifully seasoned. That's
Yes.
very, very good cooking.
Thank you.
That is stunningly good. That bird is so, so moist. No, Cassie, I mean it. That is truly, truly delicious. If we could work on your presentation, because your flavours, again, that is superb.
Perfectly cooked guinea fowl, just the right amount of seasoning. The stuffing is moist, fruity. I also love the sauce, creamy but not thick or heavy. But what I would have liked to have seen to elevate this dish to fine dining would have been to crisp up the skin, to just put it under the grill, and then you would have had a beautiful ballotine.
That bird is beautiful, and that fruity stuffing is a lovely accompaniment to it. We've enjoyed your guinea fowl. Could you take those away from me now, please, and let's see your mille-feuille.
The chef's last chance to prove themselves now rests on their classic French pastry.
Ollie, you first.
The icing should be a little bit thicker and should at least go to the edges. You've cut it in a triangle shape, which is odd, but it works. The pastry isn't quite cooked enough. It hasn't got that real crunch that I'm looking for. The pastry cream inside, the crème pâtissière, is more whipped cream than pastry cream, when I should be getting a proper custard flavour. It's not been feathered either. Maybe because you ran out of time. If you'd stepped up a gear at the beginning, then I think you would have had time to do a little bit more to this dessert.
It's quite light, and I like the shape of it.
Thank you.
It's big, that's why I like it.
I could have organised my time a hell of a lot better. My dessert, the reason why it wasn't 100% is because I did not organise my time.
You're one, Cassie.
It's obviously not set and collapsed. But at least you got something on the plate. So let's taste it. It's delicious. The pastry cream is perfect, creamy, has a wonderful flavour.
Lovely pastry, right amount of icing. The cream makes it very nice and mellow. It goes sugar, then it goes cream. It's a real talent to couple that much flavour with that much bad presentation. I've never seen anybody do it before. I mean, nice pastry, good flavours.
I think my presentation has let me down a lot. I'm just really hoping that my flavours and, that I show enough potential for them to put me through.
Simon?
First thing that jumps out to me is this mint leaf. Doesn't need it. Otherwise, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
You've feathered it beautifully, you've iced it beautifully, you've put a little decoration chocolate on the plate. The cream is lovely. Very neat, very precise. We know that you know how to present food properly. It's just such a shame that the puff pastry is not cooked enough. Otherwise, I would say you'd have a perfect mille-feuille.
Nice presentation, good flavours. That would go down in minutes if that came up to me in a restaurant. In minutes.
There were a couple of points that I would have changed going into it again, but overall I feel that was a good round for me.
All of you have stepped up a gear from this morning and stepped up a level. Maybe not the level that I was expecting or required, but nonetheless a very good level. Well done. We have to choose one chef out of these three that is not going to disappoint us, that we are going to be proud of. Ollie knows about precision and he understands presentation. Every plate he presented to us was neat.
That ballotine of guinea fowl was lovely. But that mushroom creamy sauce was so strong. I mean, he completely overdid that.
The biggest stumbling block for Ollie is his inability to pick himself up and actually get going.
I'm passionate about my food. I want to go to Michelin star. I want to work with the top chefs. I want to be the best.
I honestly don't think it's Ollie. He just doesn't get himself in the groove.
I don't think he should go through.
It's a choice between Cassie and Simon. My heart says one thing and my brain says another. Simon was doing good-looking food right from the start. His presentation is very good indeed. He nearly ran away with the competition with his guinea fowl dish. How silly to leave the flabby skin on there.
But his millefeuille did look a treat. It really did look like a millefeuille that you would serve in a top restaurant.
I think I've redeemed myself a little bit. Not quite to the standard that's yet expected, but I feel with a little bit of work and moving forward, I can get to that level.
Cassie, you know, has really honestly got something quite special because her food tastes divine. The guinea fowl and the millefeuille, beautiful, but they look like a dog's dinner.
Cassie cannot deliver dainty, sexy, beautifully presented food.
But she can learn it. She can learn it. That's the easiest thing to learn, presentation.
I've had a really good day. It's been an experience. I've learnt a few things already in one day, and I just want to learn a hell of a lot more.
I think if we took Simon and Cassie and put them in your kitchen for a week...
Probably Cassie would pick up more in a week than Simon.
But do we have time to let these guys develop potential? Do we?
And the chef going through to the next round is Simone.
I'm delighted. I'm actually delighted. It's so special, you know. I'm really, really happy.
I let myself down, to be honest. If I'd just put a bit more focus on what I was doing, I could have probably pulled off a good result and probably gone through.
The standard's pretty high, in fact really high. Missed out on the presentation, because I definitely had all the flavours.
Simon will be back tomorrow when he battles 3 other heat winners in the quarter-final of Professional MasterChef.
Somewhere between wallpaper paste and putty.
If I was served this in a restaurant, I wouldn't come back.
Opera star Bryn Terfel is the special guest of The One Show on BBC One now. Esther Ranson uncovers fraud and murder in her family's past here on BBC Two, while on BBC Three, the tricks of the con men in The Real Hustle.